Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here with Sam Loudenslager. I'm Keith Warner. I teach in the Franciscan School of Theology's online degree in Franciscan theology. And I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions as a student, Sam. Maybe you can just introduce yourself and your relationship with the Order of Ecumenical Franciscans.
Yeah, my name's Sam Loudenslager. I am an Episcopalian, and my relationship with the Order of Ecumenical Franciscans goes back, I don't know, about 10, 15 years, but made my permanent profession during that wonderful year of COVID, and went the ecumenical route because I wanted to be exposed to different Christian denominations.
Can you just define who the Order of Ecumenical Franciscans are for people that don't know about it?
So it is an order made up of Christian denominations from across the board. We've got Quakers, Roman Catholics, Lutherans, Presbyterians, Assembly of God. We've got, Episcopalians. We're just kind of everything. And we're a small order. We're about 100 members, and we've been around since the mid-'80s.
Okay. And so what attracted you to this degree program at FST?
Well, the everything. I mean, the title for the degree, Master's in Theological Studies, got my attention, and then with a kind of a focus on Franciscan studies is what really made me really curious about it. Now, I do everything discerning wise in threes, and this thing came across my screen for the third time, and I reached out and called Darlene Prides and had a conversation with her, and I've been in the program for a year.
And why are you interested in studying Franciscan theology?
As a Franciscan, I want the world to make more sense to me from a Franciscan perspective, and this degree program does that.
Wow. So even though you didn't have me as your course instructor, I designed a course in moral theology and the common good. And my experience is that a lot of people are a little nervous about moral theology. They're afraid that it requires them to exercise moral judgment of others, or that they themselves will be morally judged as insufficient somehow. And so maybe you could talk a little bit about what you learned in the moral theology class.
Sure. So the first thing is, since I don't come from a Roman Catholic background, the phrase was new to me. And when I realized early on in the class that what we're talking about is kind of the intersection of morality and theology, and which makes a lot more sense than what I was just thinking about in terms of Christian ethics, which anyway, that didn't have any life-giving stuff to it for me, but moral theology did. And so that's the first thing. That was an aha moment for me. But for me, moral theology is not about judging so much or being judged, but learning how to think through an issue and determining what your response to that issue might be, whether it's immigration, whether it's the death penalty, whether it's racism. It can be anything. But it's a way, the class gave me some tools to kind of use to go through and consider different issues. And it's to me, when you talk about Christian ethics, that seems like you're looking at dead stuff. Moral theology looks like you're looking at living things, things that are going on all around us right now.
So the last module in the class is about looking at the globalization of moral theology. What was your response to seeing this kind of the way in which global cultures intersected with moral theology? Did you get any insights from that?
Again, it's how do we treat each other? And particularly people that aren't from a Christian background, how do I interact with those folks? Which is a critical issue right now with what's going on in Gaza. But it's it's a critical issue in this country because of what's going on over there. So that's kind of my takeaway of the last module in the course. And also just a shout out to Sister Dawn Northwire. She was a fantastic instructor for me.
Sam, thank you very much. May the Lord give you peace.
Thank you.